could do like a...
I don't know where it came from. Someone brought it.
Like
Real life.
Oh. But it's a 2005.
This is called Hair Session
You need to wake it up a little
Wednesday.
bit.
I love it.
Listen, we're just gonna...
This was for 200 years.
Oh, look at this.
Right?
See?
There
Just
you
work
go.
with what we got.
I know, I like it. We just, it was a spur of a moment.
What are we going to talk about? We are not in the bathroom. I promise.
You feel like you're on the toilet.
He's orating. Listen, let me tell you a story.
There's a theme behind these videos.
Who
Oh my God.
goes to the bathroom? Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. And sometimes when you're on the pot, you're like, oh, I gotta get ready. And then you just start taking your clothes off. And then what happens, sometimes when you take your clothes off, your earring falls off.
Oh,
and
nice.
then you're like, I need to find my earring. Oh my God, where's my earring?
Well, like
It's in the potty.
2005. Does it get stronger?
My earring is in the potty, but you know what? You're in luck because you drink a lot of water, so your potty pearl is clean. So you can just, put it back in or wash it off first.
The wisdom of drinking water.
Or wine.
It's liquid, after all. It is liquid, after all.
You can drink it. Do you know this? People go rock climbing and then they get their arms stuck and then they pee in a bottle and then they drink
That's
it
what they have
and
to
then they
do.
survive and
No,
then they
no,
cut
no.
their arms off.
Drinking urine makes you thirstier.
Yeah, it's...
Well, if you're trapped
If you're trapped for
in the
You'd
rocks
be better
for
off if you
days,
drank nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Truth statement.
That
it's
was,
wisdom from these boys.
these have been
On the
in
other
survival.
side.
Yes, we got the boys team. on the
Hello
other side.
from
No,
the
there'll be no
other
drinking.
side,
No drinking.
boys.
Well, we'll have wine. We'll drink urine next time.
Let's just talk about the 15-year
Ugh.
Foster.
Oh, that was a good. That was a good
That was a call
experience
from
right there.
Bo.
Bo did good. He actually. I mean, I don't think I would have done better.
The surprise that everyone's
He ruined the cork.
I'm gonna.
The cork was ruined before I drank the bottle. Just gonna throw that out there.
That was not a loud one, by the way.
That's
was-
what
She can be like a volcano.
What's the biggest one you can get? You know what that is?
Everybody sneezes, everybody poops, everybody pees on their
No,
pearls.
pearls.
And
Oh, really?
The,
even if you don't
French
own any
was
pearls,
mother-
but it
You
is
should,
being
it's
said.
class.
Last year,
Oh,
in her basement,
I like
she
these.
found a giant
we
wart
need
nut.
to have a cosmic class.
On class.
Like 5
Oh, yeah.
5 liters. She's
Cosmic
huge. Yeah,
couch
she's
class.
Class.
1980.
It's not as good as conversation because
1980.
conversation
This is
is
conversation,
This is
like we're having
conversation.
right now.
And broke it
all
open.
right. I like my what you did with my hair.
But
You're
it wasn't real
welcome.
good at the beginning. You had to
You
let
got
it
the there. You,
breathe and
Oh.
filter and
oh
aerate.
yeah, but you
And
can
then,
wear anything
like,
and
3
you
hours
just
later.
like
actually
old
tasted
fashioned
pretty good, but,
Nista.
I don't think it was quite
Yeah,
stored.
it's like
This is why bitches hate me.
oh
Do you know this?
no.
When I was in high school,
24.
I think
this is a true story,
that's-
because I don't lie. Do you know that about me? Like, it's very hard for me to lie.
Yes,
we
yes.
were at,
I can feel that about you.
So, I
his house in
came to school one day.
Vegas.
How did you
I was
know?
oftentimes bullied because
played the band
I was an
for-
athlete, so I played
and then
sports
she
with
developed a good friendship
girls'
with him and his
boyfriends,
girl.
but I wasn't interested in their boyfriends. I was
He
interested in
on
being a
to
good basketball
Hong
player.
Kong or something that night.
And so I would
We-
oftentimes
we were
go
at-
to the park,
we were at his-
athletic field,
him and his girlfriend
Beaver
were-
Dam, Wisconsin.
and-
Golden
they were preparing all the food.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds good. I'm going next time.
Wine, you know, whole
It's a
food,
home of
wine,
15,000 busy
whatever.
beavers. Google it.
Wine,
It's a thing.
Yeah.
So I would oftentimes go to. I need you to leave. We're going to tell a story about me on the side that I can't interrupt you on. So I'd oftentimes go to the athletic field. Truth. That was my truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You just happened to be there. It's not about
I don't even know what you're talking about,
It's
but I
okay.
know you're talking about me.
you. No, we're not. Actually, you just happened to be there.
Anyway, so
about
I
something
go
totally
to the. I'm telling a very bullied story about myself.
Concentrate on what you're doing, will you?
Yeah,
Oh.
you're the one who kept calling me in here.
They are. That must be what it is.
So I'm playing basketball on the side. Okay, I come to school one day.
Oh, yeah.
Earmuffs, AJ.
Invisible ones.
What is written on my locker? This is before the internet. What do you think is?
Yeah, no, okay.
It's a 5-letter word and it rhymes with witch.
Oh, glitch.
Yes.
That's not
Switch!
That's not 5 letters.
In French it is.
No, it's not.
AJ, run.
What is that?
It's our Archie,
I
the
don't know what year
the
we were.
aspirateur, the cleaner, like the vacuum cleaner.
What do you call them?
Archie.
There's a-
Oh,
The
that's
what?
how I flew with this.
Archie,
It was
the
in Napa.
aspirateur.
Aspirateur.
Oui, aspirateur.
Well, what does that mean? Vacuum in French.
Exactement.
Aspirateur.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so switch.
So switch. Uh-huh.
is written on my locker, and I'm like, it's interesting. I don't know why these people hate me so much, because I just want to play basketball and get better. And I'm sorry that I'm doing it with your boyfriends that I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
It was a struggle. But my friend Kate, who to this day, I met her in middle school because we shared. So in middle school we had lockers, and it was by the alphabet. And her last name at the time started with a K, and my last name at the time started with an L. So we were like close to one another,
Yeah.
and she saved me because she went to the guidance counselor and she's like, Mindy's getting bullied, and I think it's like really bad. And so they brought me into the guidance counselor.
Aww.
And so like what we were just talking about earlier with
Yeah.
self-love, all of that brought me back to that moment of like,
I've been, yeah. Oh, that is,
it was
it's so
awful.
Yeah, of course. Yet, it's even at the time, this K woman,
Kate.
Kate,
She's
Kate-
great.
Oh yeah, of
Love
course,
her.
allowed you to go back into a centered place. But what you are learning this time is to do it for yourself,
Yeah.
and that is the beauty of it, because now you are the anchor.
But like, okay, so all of those adolescents out there that now have the W that are being bullied and, like treated unfairly, how do they deal with that in that world? Because in my world, it was like you just cry and you write like suicide poems about how like you're feeling. But like these girls and boys and others,
Mm-hmm.
like how do they deal with that?
Well, the bullying is part of the consciousness of revealing what the darkness. So when this consciousness is nothing else than a mirroring, like this 3D reality we live in, this physicality is a holographic projection of who we truly are. When what is projected is to make us feel very uncomfortable, make us feel like triggers us. We see power and we cannot handle it. There's two ways. We either have to rise above to get this power become ours, or we're going to have to push it down in order to survive in our own small power. Teenagers, younger people, children, or disempowered people will tend to have to bring it down. So bullying is experienced, shaming, blaming, hence all of what's happening on social media today. And the reality of it is only because humanity is so ready to look at its own darkness and actually know that we can handle it. We are not here to run away from it. The darkness, and that's the story of Star Wars, which is very interesting to me.
Of
that
who?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
May the force be
America.
with you. Yes. Young Jedi. Wise you
Luke
are.
Skywalker.
Yes, all of this. Yes.
Let me remove this mask. My husband does a good impression of it.
Oh, well, we'll have maybe some music of the Star Wars later. But what's
Whoa.
happening is we need to realize that until we face the darkness, we are incapable of gaining more power. The reality of it is all of the kids teenagers, young adults, or adults being bullied are given an opportunity to rise their power because they actually potentially have the courage to overcome it. But society keeps telling it is not right, it is wrong, they are the victim, they are where it's the story of Star Wars, is that Luke Skywalker and the light has always believed that the darkness was after them and just we need to bring down the darkness, the dark side. And so for 5 episodes and a half, the light fight the darkness. And it never wins because it's a fight. In half of the 6th episode, when Luke Skywalker finally sees his own light, his father, who represents the darkness, he's telling him, I am your father. And suddenly he found it in himself to realize, oh my gosh, the darkness has given birth to the light. Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you, Star Wars and George Lucas.
Yes, no doubt. But very often again, because we live in a world that we perceive is dual, we still go for the fight. There's a right, there's a wrong, there's a up, there's a down, there's a right, there's a left. And at the end of the day, we are all on the same boat. And everyone is doing the best he can. And this darkness, this sense of bullying is only when, the 2 cents that I would give to people who are being bullied is look at it from the opposite, the 180 perception, is that instead of seeing these people trying to bring you down, they are actually calling your power. Is that if they need to bully you, it's because they see so much power that they can't handle it.
Oh my God. Yes, because at that time in my life when those
ones
were picking on me, it was because I was like so authentic and being myself, and they themselves could not be that.
Of course not, because it takes a tremendous amount of courage to be true and authentic.
Oh.
But it's because that's where consciousness is. And right now we are more than ready to just look at it and say, okay, you cannot handle me, I understand. So you can try to put me down, you can't. I'm just going to realize you're actually giving me a lot of power. You're reminding me of my power. Thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, God. Why? Where were you when I was like...
Well, where were you?
15.
15? What years was that? What year? I mean, it was like a...
Okay, so I'm going to date myself. I graduated high school in 97. Yeah, I know, it's hard to tell, but I do have like some lines here and some clothes fade I need to work on. Mm-hmm. So I guess that would have been 96, 95-ish.
All right, so this is where I was doing my personal trainer. I was in France big time. And, I was...
Can't wait to go to France.
I know. We're going in May. I don't talk about things. So that was my 2 cents and thank you for bringing this subject because it is very present. And again, there's a reason why the collective consciousness is being brought to confront this bullying. And what's interesting is as a parent, when my kids were at school, I could feel within myself the dichotomy when I was, and I know that the school system was doing it because they wanted to fight it and just, try to prevent it. But you cannot win a fight that you fight. You can't. A fight by design is going to bring a loser. And if there's one loser, everyone loses. So the reality of it is, it's more important to teach children how to love themselves and love one another than actually try to fight bullying. If we putting awareness to bullying or anti-bullying, it's like you were telling me earlier, don't say, don't forget, because what's going to happen, you're going to forget. So if you
remember.
Exactly. So if you say don't bully, anti-bullying, you first need to create the bullying in order to be against it. Where if you support in value and support kindness, compassion, connection, understanding, well, suddenly you're focusing your awareness onto all of these values instead of bullying first and then anti-bullying. I'm going to be against bullying, and that's going to be Star Wars story for 5.5 episodes.
That's good.
Voila!